Okay, so it is Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. This is the regular monthly meeting of the Southwick Agricultural Commission. We have present so far Lenita Bober, Dennis Clark, Marissa Cook-Obregon, Dan Cook, Ron Cicchini, Tammy Sack-Bisalan is in the process of joining. We are recording the meeting, and it is a Zoom only this time, of an abundance of caution because of what's going on with the virus. Oh, and myself, Bert Hanson. I don't think I said my name.
Excuse me, Bert.
Yeah.
I don't know. I invited Wayne Magny to the meeting tonight. It's kind of unexpected. If you could just put him in, he's got a piece of property that he's working on, John Wally's property on North Loomis Street. It's a farm property, and they want to replace a bridge, and he's looking for support from AgCom. So wherever you can fit him in, I'm sure he'd be happy to.
Yeah, fine. We can. Wayne, welcome to you. We can put you on pretty early here. You're welcome to stay for the whole meeting if you'd like to, but you know.
Thank you, Bert.
Yeah.
Bert, we do have a couple items in the mail.
Okay.
If you'd like to go through that first.
Sure. Sure. What do we?
Believe it or not, we have an application for the community garden.
Oh, well, I was actually going to ask you about that. Tasha Caswell?
Yep.
Yeah, she's been emailing me.
So we got our first payment for the community garden.
Okay.
We also got the agricultural budget with a balance of $950. So there has been no expenditures against that.
Okay.
And we also have all of the Agricultural Commission's reappointments. So next time we're in person, everybody will get those. So that was what was in the mail.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to. Especially happy that people are thinking about gardening here in the middle of January when it's 0 degrees. That's good. Why don't we just go through the minutes of December 8th so we can kind of get that out of the way, and then Wayne, we could go to your topic if that's okay with everybody. And also I want to mention, hope you're all okay with meeting on Zoom only. I just there's no mask mandate here in Southwick, and I don't know, it just seems.
Actually, there is a mask mandate in all public buildings.
Oh, there is?
The Board of Health voted on that last Thursday.
Oh, I did not know that. Well, there you go. Okay. So,
public buildings, Jean, as in like town
library,
building?
Police department, fire department, town hall, any public, DPW.
Yep. Okay.
Public.
And like town. Yeah.
And town hall. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay, so we got the December 8th minutes from Jean a while back. And hopefully you all had a chance to look at them. I have just a few small corrections, Jean.
Okay, Bert, I apologize. I did not print them. If there's any way you can just note your corrections and then scan and send them over to me. Oh,
sure. Just a few very small things under the master plan. The consultant we're hiring is the PV as in Victor PC. It says PB as in boy. Maybe these aren't even, I did want to comment, for the open space plan, I did distribute that to the master plan committee at our last meeting. I'll talk about that in a sec. And then under the small farming paragraph, some use chapter 61A as a tax write-off, and it says RIGHT off instead of WRITE off. That's the only, those are really the only things I had. So I'll make a motion to accept the minutes with corrections. And somebody want a second?
Tammy seconds.
Okay, thank you. Well, I have to do a roll call vote. So this is Bert Hansen. I say aye. Lenita?
Aye.
Aye. Dennis?
Aye.
Okay. Tammy?
Aye.
And Marisa?
Hi.
And Dan? Dan there, Ron? Or Ron says aye. Okay, it looks like we got two visual eyes. Okay. So Dennis and Wayne, do you want to fill us in on what's needed there on the property that you're talking about, the bridge?
You want to take it, Wayne, or do you want me to just give a description of where this area is on North Loomis Street?
Wayne will need to unmute. Wayne, you need to unmute.
I think the property abuts the Giacchini property. Ron, there's a John Wally's property, the one they're logging over there. Is that abut your? Oh, you're on mute too, Ron.
Yeah. So this isn't 370 North Loomis, is it?
Wayne, you got to unmute yourself.
Hang on, can we, no, not in.
Ron, you're muted too. Can you unmute yourself? Dan, can you unmute Ron? No. You got everybody locked out, Gene? Nobody's.
No, I don't have everybody locked out.
Dan's calling the big guns to get it fixed for him.
Can you hear us now?
There.
Yeah.
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 The location, Ron, of the.
Is better? Yeah. I was
Okay.
over there and that bridge is pretty well washed out. They're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the actual address?
Well, it's up the street from me, so
So, what's your address?
my address is 366.
It's halfway between my mom's 304 and 366. So,
Wayne, do you know
350.
the number? Wayne? You're unmuted. We should be able to hear you. Try and talk. Wayne, talk. Speak.
Speak.
Wayne, speak.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, yes. I was the project manager for John Wally over on this job for the Chapter 61 work that was being put in. And we put a temporary bridge in via the State Forestry Department. That just some mats across, temporary. And we were looking to remove the dilapidated bridge that was in there before and put up a more permanent, better bridge in its place. We were thinking of putting 2 concrete abutments and put a forestry bridge capable of holding up to 100,000 pounds. It's about 30 feet in length. We could have 2 concrete abutments, one on either side. And it'll allow access to the property. Right now, there is 0 access to get in there without the bridge.
Wayne, you're saying this bridge is going to be exclusively used for agriculture or forestry. This is not for future development.
Correct.
And if the commissioners wanted to take a look at it right now in its state, where's the best place for them to go to? How do they know where to find it?
There's a log landing actually still in use for another week or two. The logs are there. It's directly across the street from 327 North Loomis. Directly across the street. You can't miss it. It's a building lot with logs on it.
It's directly across the street from the old October Farms, the horse farm there.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
correct.
Okay.
So if anybody can go out there and take a look at it, I think Wayne's looking for maybe at the next meeting, if we get a letter of endorsement from the AgCom to send to the Conservation Commission saying that it is indeed agricultural exempt from the Wetlands Protection Act. At least
Yeah.
that would be the opinion of the Agricultural Commission, if they feel that way.
Okay. And Wayne, is that, now our next meeting won't be till the middle of February. Is that okay timing wise?
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to, I talked to the concrete guys. We couldn't get them into there until March because the concrete doesn't set up very good in this kind of cold weather.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So it's
So I
not going to be
think,
prefab. You're not going to drop in prefab. You're going to pour it right in place.
The concrete abutments, but the bridges are prefab.
But the abutments are going to be poured. So there's,
Yes,
okay.
There was a concrete bridge there. That's all down in the stream. They're gonna have to pull that out of there.
yeah, we plan on pulling that out.
Yeah,
Most of it's out already.
okay. So the bridge obviously would go over the stream.
Correct.
Okay. Well, we can take, I'll take a look over there, and I don't know if other commissioners can visit as well.
I'd like
And
to
then-
see it as well. Yeah, I'll go whenever you go, Bert, if you want to
Okay.
set up a time or date,
Sure.
maybe.
Okay,
There used to be two separate bridges in that area. If
Right.
you go see the bridge and you look to your right, you can still see uh, the old bridge, which is no longer being used. The brook has moved over from it. You could still see it. It's more of a culvert than a bridge right there. And
Mhm.
it's filled in. And this portion, this bridge here was the bigger of the two. It was more of a real bridge instead of a culvert.
Hmm.
It just wasn't high enough. It was old and it just fell apart. You could see the concrete. It's
Yeah.
falling to pieces.
And what does John want to do with that property?
Other than farm and forest, nothing more.
Hmm. Okay.
We just need access to it. Actually, this time around, all we needed was access to it simply to do the work, the required Chapter 61 work.
Okay.
And without the bridge, there'll be no access because it's water all through the property. Other streams as well.
Does John plan on farming that land eventually, Wayne?
There is a small field there that's overgrown. I don't
Yeah.
know if he has any plans for that to reuse that, but most of it is just forest land, and that's how it's being utilized. But he has no plans of developing or nothing like that. It's gonna be farmer forest.
I know I saw when I was up there, there was an open field that was overgrown with invasive species. And they were talking about putting some goats or something back there. Eat all the invasives.
Yes, it's pretty nasty piece in there. That
Yeah.
failed.
I had
did-
the state or the USDA come in. I got a grant for invasive species on my property, which abuts it. And they told me they'd be there a year with a backhoe getting rid of that stuff.
Goats are cheaper.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you very much, Wayne. I appreciate coming on quick notice like that, but hopefully we'll get out there by the next meeting. We'll have something for you.
Thank
But
Is
you.
John,
there a
what-
way we can get in touch with you, Wayne, so that we can maybe
Okay.
meet at the site and you can show us exactly what you're
Sure.
thinking of?
I'd love to do that.
Okay, that would be helpful.
My
Wayne?
number is 413
Yep.
96 6807.
Okay. I missed a number in the middle there, Wayne. So 413 something 96
896
896. Okay.
6807.
Okay.
Wayne,
Yep.
Wayne,
Yes.
hello?
Yes.
You know, John Wally should contact the USDA. There's money available for invasive species. I had it done on my property. They came in and took care of it.
Yeah. I'm aware of some of these programs. And the problem with some of the programs is they come in, and once the feds get in, they like to look at everything and they like to own it, you know?
Oh, that's not true. They were fine with me. Took them 2 years to do it too. But I'm
Yeah.
clear now.
It's a great opportunity. Is Jeff Jordan still the forester for John?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeff, we should talk to Jeff about that because he knows about all those programs. He's expert on invasives, and we'll put a bug in his ear.
Yeah, he's gonna look at some property over on Curtis Road for John about experimental. The state wants to maybe try some chestnut tree and grow some chestnut trees on marginal land.
Wow,
That's good.
Wow.
So
awesome.
we're looking at different ways to experiment on marginal land. And John has offered the state that land to utilize for that purpose.
Excellent.
Nice.
Whether we take them up on it is still open.
We'll put a bug in John's ear too.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, am I all
Okay.
set? Now?
Yeah. Very good. Thank you, Wayne.
See you, Wayne.
Appreciate it.
Okay, take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Folks aren't gonna get rid of that stuff.
Yeah. So Ron, it took them 2 years to get rid of those invasives on your property?
Well, they came in for 2 years and 3 or 4 times and did their thing with them.
Hmm.
I don't think they're all gone either. Tell you the truth.
Probably not. Okay, that's interesting. I'll be curious to see what that looks like. Okay, so old business, the master plan committee update. Master plan committee met on December 16th. As I mentioned, I did to get copies of the open space plan and gave one to everybody, and we just gave some very brief highlights and made the point that anything in the new master plan that has to do with open space can just build right from there, you know. Oh, one thing, you know, I know it's going to come up later, but Marissa, while we're thinking about it, for the printing the farm brochure, I got 25 copies of the open space plan from Southwoods, and it's 100 pages plus, so 50 pages. It was only $172. You know,
Very
so
good to know.
yeah,
Okay, great. Thank you for that.
so we should have money for the brochure
Excellent.
when we get there. Yeah. There's a lot of discussion at the master plan committee about you know, surveying the town and the townspeople to get their input. You know, whether there should be a printed survey in the mail, you know, a survey monkey kind of thing online. And the general feeling was we should use every tool that there is. And Mike Doherty actually brought up that we should use some of the tactics that the Reclaim Southwick group used, like a table at the Big Y kind of thing. So I thought that was very interesting that he brought that up and sort of advocated for those kinds of tactics, which I agree with. And nothing much else yet. I haven't heard much what's going on with the Pioneer Valley Planning Commission as yet. There may be some information. They provided some information to the town for the town census this month. But again, I don't have the details on that. So we'll see what happens at next month's master plan. This month's master plan committee. Anything else that you recall, Marissa, that I might have missed?
No, I think that was pretty much the gist of it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hopeful that the open space plan that was distributed, that you helped get distributed at that meeting, will be reviewed. And I don't know if it would be helpful to maybe at the next meeting for both AdCom and potentially master plan to focus on. I know we were focusing on one section for today, but maybe have the master plan focus on certain sections just to break it down, almost like homework assignments, because I think it's a little daunting to receive this huge document. But if we kind of break it down and maybe over the course of a few months, people read a couple key sections that are just a few pages long, it's easier to then have an actual discussion instead of just, you know, pulling certain things out. People need to be a little bit versed in what we're discussing. So I don't know if that's something that you may want to propose next time, Bert. I also feel that the master plan, because it's just getting started, it doesn't quite have a very task-oriented feel to it yet. I think we're still trying to feel out what we're doing, but you know, it's a few months in, and maybe this is a really good opportunity to just get us in the rhythm of doing a little bit more, task-oriented stuff, you know, so that way we have assignments for the next meeting and we actually can move ahead. Otherwise, we're just kind of meeting there and saying, oh, we're meeting, but what exactly are we talking about? You know, what are we doing? Talk to you next meeting, you know, and
yeah, good point. That's very, very true. Very true. We should mention though that, and you all may know, but the Save Southwick group, you know, AKA the Carvana group, had money left over from the fundraising that they did and donated, I believe it's $6,500 to the master plan committee, and 1,500 and something to, I'm forgetting who, somebody else, but anyway.
Food pantry.
I think it was the food pantry. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, so that's obviously good use of those funds, and that actually gives the master plan committee, you know, a kind of a budget to work with, which they don't have from the town yet. You know, in terms of kind of a working budget, there's money set aside, but apparently it's hard to access at this point. So that's sort of some seed money, you might say, from the Save Southwick group. So that's good. And speaking of the open space plan, I want to keep this on our agenda every month so that we, almost like Marissa is saying, we think about how we're going to approach goal 3, which is preserving working farms and forests. one thing that kind of jumped out at me as I was looking at this again, the objectives are ensure the viability of agriculture in Southwick, ensure the protection of important agricultural farmland. I don't know if we can ensure that. we can advocate for it, we can work towards it, but I don't know about ensure. And Dennis, I wonder, not to put you on the spot, but I'm kind of curious how the woodland piece got in there. Assist private woodland owners in developing and implementing forest stewardship plans.
That Woodland Ridge?
No, just sort of a general statement about private woodland owners and helping them develop management plans, management practices. And if you don't recall at the moment, that's no.
Well, we've had literature go out, previously what you could do with your backyard, how to preserve it. There's been some education on that.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I think things that we've been talking about, again, it doesn't ensure the viability, but if we had the open farm day and the farm brochure and just be advocates, I think we could be a lot more public and more proactive in advocating for our farmers. So let's kind of keep that in the back of our minds and think of some specific.
Assure would probably have been a better word than insure.
Oh, well.
Bert,
Go ahead.
One thing that I always remember is it was 2 years ago at this point when we were trying to help preserve that land over on Mort Vining that is now getting turned into a development, the one that's right on the border there with Connecticut, that the sisters owned. And I remember them saying several times, that they had gone over the course of the past 10 years to town hall, to the clerk's office, the assessor's office there, asking about what they could do to preserve their land. It had been their father's wish that it be preserved, and they didn't reside in town. They kind of managed this land from afar, got it hayed, but they wanted to find a way, and obviously there would have been a way if someone had told them about the APR program, told them that we have an AgCom. We only began talking with them right before the sale, and it was too late. If we had been there or they had known about us several years before, even maybe a year before, it could have been a different outcome. So I think it's also incumbent on the AgCom to just raise its profile within town hall in some way, so that when people do come in and just want a quick answer, what can I do? What are my options? They can get directed to AgCom and get in touch with us, attend the meeting, know that we exist, and that we can connect them to other resources that they can at least explore and, just give them the options. That's it. We can advocate, but I think the most important thing is to let people know there are options out there.
Yeah, for us and for the Conservation Commission.
Right, and Conservation Commission as well. Yeah, but when they were just told, no, there are no options, and then we came in at the 11th hour and it was just too late. And I think that's just because Dennis had heard about it. And then we kind of jumped in and tried in a last ditch effort. It just, it didn't result in anything despite our work. But
right. And they found out it was going to be a roughly 2-year process and they just couldn't wait that much longer, apparently. Right. So,
right.
Yeah. So very good point. See. Okay, the right to farm real estate disclosures, that's still TBD on my part. The farm brochure.
Just to jump back to the previous agenda point, if I get that, if I get a copy of that disclosure, I can just mock up a design for it, or maybe even just edit the existing design. It could be pretty easy to do. So if that could get sent to me, I can at least start working on that right away, and at least we'll have a copy.
Right. Okay. Good. Very good. Thank you. Yeah. So the farm brochure. I have some edits. I mean, it looks great, but there are just a few typos, basically.
Typos, yeah. Diane had mentioned, I put Vining Hill Road on Route 57 instead of Feeding
Yeah.
Hill Road, so.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that too, since
Yep,
since I live off of Vining Hill Road, and I thought, that's not where that is.
that's not, yeah, Calvary Farms is not there, yeah. All right, so yeah,
Let's
that's
see.
the first one, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you have it in front of you, Marissa? Can I just walk through?
Yeah, I do, yep.
Yep. So on what I guess is going to be the inside, where the map is, and then the list of farms.
Okay,
I wonder under Billy C's honey and apiary, mentions nukes, which is one way of, creating a hive. I wonder if anybody's going to know what that means.
let's see, oh, yeah.
It's a kind of a
Yeah, I guess,
prepackaged
yeah.
thing that you just stick in the hive and there, away you go. But maybe just say local honey and packaged bees.
Sure,
Leave out the nuke part.
sure.
Blossoming acres, second line, in-store baked goods. There needs to be a space between store and
yep.
baked.
Good call, yep.
These are,
No, but these are exactly what we need to go through
pretty
before we commit to
nitty-gritty
printing it.
things.
Yeah.
And just a comment, I got a chuckle out of the fact that at Firefly Fields Farms, there's yoga with goats available. I did not know. I know goat yoga is a thing now, but I didn't know that we had it here in Southwick.
We do, yeah. Sounds awesome.
Let's see. Oh, under Meadowview Farms, in the first line it says opens with an S, mid-April to June, but all the other ones just say open, so without the
Okay.
S. And then I think, last but not least, under the Solex, natural raised beef with an F.
Oh, instead of bead. Oh, yeah.
Instead of
No
bead,
one's
yeah.
gonna buy bead from the Solex. No, they want beef. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was it. I mean, just nitty gritty stuff, but I think, it looks great. And thank you again for putting this together.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I did have just a general question. I wanted everybody to weigh in on this. AgCom members and members of the public. I mean, does the verbiage in the farming history and visiting Southwick, I want to make sure that none of that is controversial or inaccurate, that does sound like what we want to project as an AgCom. Apart from typos, that the tone, that the information, that the facts are in keeping with our AgCom mission.
I think so. I mean, maybe, I don't know, anybody else want to chime in? If you want to maybe put a little less emphasis on tobacco. I mean, it's been a tobacco growing community for a long time, but.
Yeah. And I guess I put that in there because we weren't obviously promoting our tobacco farms, but we do have a lot of tobacco farming happening still. So I wanted to make sure that that was acknowledged.
Yeah.
But I can reword that. I don't know if anybody else has it in front of them right now, but it says Southwick's farming history. Southwick, Massachusetts is a rural town in western Massachusetts with a rich and long agricultural history dating back to the town's establishment in 1770. The town is well known for its long-time cultivation of tobacco, which is partly so prolific in the area due to the remarkably rich soils found in some sections of Southwick. Tobacco farming continues today along with fruit, vegetable, tree cultivation, as well as beef farming and hay cultivation. Plant and tree farms, as well as beekeeping establishments, are also found in the town. Yeah, maybe the tobacco, more than one mention is not necessary. What do you guys think?
It puts some tobacco farming is still continues.
Yeah.
It kind of qualifies it because I don't believe there's any more shade tobacco. Maybe Dwight's got one field, but there is some, but there's not a lot.
Yeah. And then visiting Southwick, the next section says, our local farms grow food as well as contribute to the regional economy and employment. Many Southwick farms are open to the public and some are open year round. The Agricultural Commission also manages the Sofinowski Community Garden on Mort Vining Road, which also features hiking trails. Please visit our town's farms and buy local whenever possible.
Marisa?
Yep.
On the crops, is it worth mentioning emerging hemp crops and possibly attractive to cannabis?
Yeah, I don't see why we shouldn't include that. There's several farmers.
good.
And that's the tobacco people are kind of, some of them I know are converting to hemp at
Right.
least. So you might want to think about working that in a little bit as emerging.
Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
Looking toward the 21st century.
Really, and attract others to come in and do it here and take some of that land instead of putting houses on it.
Right,
Right.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Gee, Diane, should we mention raising rabbits?
Is that far? I raise ducks, but I raise ducks, but is that farm still?
Oh, ducks. I'm sorry. I was thinking about rabbits.
Yeah, but don't we have a rabbit farm?
We used to.
We used to.
Are they're active?
Yeah, that's right next to Ron's on North Loomis. Yeah, they closed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so.
What's that?
Black Rabbit?
Oh, yeah.
They had rabbit farm there too.
Yeah.
They did, unfortunately.
Yeah, but they all get taken by other animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I've
Yeah,
had ducks, I've had geese, I've had everything.
Yeah.
They all get taken. Weasels.
I've had all of those in my yard. You might, Marisa, you might also want to mention all the hobby farms that people have here.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to try to incorporate, that people, we may not have as many farms as we
Might not be
used to, but we still
commercial,
have a
but-
lot of small farmers who are practicing on their land,
Yep. Self-sustaining or, yep.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
The local popcorn farm.
That's what I was just thinking. Yes, exactly. Tammy, do you want to be on the brochure? I'm sorry I didn't ask before. I mean, does it make?
I mean, not really, because we just sell it thanks to Lanita. We just walk it next door. I don't really have like a contact, but maybe a Facebook. We have a Facebook page, so I can send you that link.
That would be great, just so people know that there's that variety and diversity as well, so.
What is it called?
Pop goes the wick.
Oh, cool. You gotta be in there.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are a legitimate business. We got a license, so.
Oh, you gotta be in there. That's all about Southwick then.
Exactly. The name, everything. Okay. So we're definitely going to add that.
Whether she likes it or not.
Exactly. You're on there, Tammy.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'll find your face. You're on Facebook, you said then? That's a good enough. Yeah, easy enough today for people to find. Okay. Very good.
Up goes the wick.
Up goes the wick. And my final question, and maybe Dennis would know this, back on page 2, where there's that photo of the map of Southwick, there's a QR code that was given to me by Chris Pratt about a year ago when I had pitched, this to conservation as well. And he said, yeah, include the maps and trails of conservation trails so that it's part of this. And he gave me that code. Do you know if that that is accurate? If when people scan, does that page still go? Because I know that there was some confusion about that website on the town side, Dennis. Do you know what the status of it is?
Have you tried the QR code to see if it works, or
I mean, I tried it on my computer. It doesn't work. So.
you tried it first?
I tried it today actually, and it goes to a lot of open space information. It's not just hiking trails. I'm not sure if there is a source of just hiking trails.
Does it come up to recreational opportunities in Southwick?
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do we have a way to, I mean, it's
Oh.
easy enough to make a QR code, right? And then just have it linked to any page that you want. I've never used them really, so I've never made one, so.
I think so, and I think there's ways to generate specific pages. But I'll have to check and see if I still have access to that function.
Okay, well, I can look into that then. I just want to make sure it's as easy as possible for people to just find
Sure.
the hiking trails right then and there, so.
There's a map on the town website. You know, there's a map there, right? Of the
Okay.
trail.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to have the
Okay.
QR code go to.
Go
just
to?
that
Okay.
map. Yeah.
Yep, okay,
Do you mind sending me that link?
I will.
That would be perfect, because then
Yep.
I will look into how to make a QR code then that links to that page.
Okay.
Thank you, Diane.
Chris Pratt knows how to make the QR code too.
Chris Pratt does?
Yeah.
Perfect. Good. I will ask him then as well. 'Cause I have no idea how to make a QR code.
I'll bet Sage knows.
Yeah, does Sage know how to make a QR code?
Oh, wait. He's probably making it as we speak.
Right. You just need that link then. Okay. Cool. All right, so I will
Very
I will
good.
make all of those edits for next time. And we can review it one more time, and I will maybe start getting some pricing then from Southwoods and other places, just to bring some quotes to the next meeting.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you,
The
Diane.
pictures were really great, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And we learned something here. We learned we have a popcorn business, and Sage wants to, in the chat, Sage wants to raise chickens. Anyway, and there's goat yoga. Okay. Let's see. So there's workshops going on for the open meeting law. I was actually hoping that Brett was going to be here tonight as the co-chair. I feel he should attend one of those. I know, Marissa, you're going, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and-
I got a text from Brett and Zach. They were at town hall. They didn't realize that it was Zoom only. So they were
Oh.
sitting there for a while and they texted.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
No, so
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah. So actually, one of the open meeting workshops is happening right now. And the second one is on the 26th at 9:30 in the morning. It's a Zoom type thing. So Tammy's going to go. I'm going to go. Tammy's going for library and ag. I'm going mostly for ag, but also for master plan. Marissa, you're going. Dennis, can you go?
Yeah, send me the date, and I'll put it on my
Okay.
calendar.
Okay. I know you have a day job, but good. And then also, Dennis, with this, the Nebraska information you sent around, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, whatever it was, about letter from MDAR confirming Emily Broska's ownership of the property in question. Is there anything that we actually need to do there?
You read the letter. Does it look like there's anything? I'm a little unclear about that myself.
Yeah.
They were saying because the assessors had changed the boundaries so that John Wally owned the land, that we're going to have to give back APR money and all this kind of crazy stuff. And back when we did those APRs, we didn't have the land surveyed, and so it was we only had the exclusion surveyed. So it kept going back and forth, and I'm not sure the way you read the letter. It looks like it's been settled now, because I know John's been trying to get his own surveyor to claim that property, but it looks to me like it's the Nebraska land, and hopefully it stays at the Nebraska land and APR.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't, the letter didn't refer to, it did refer to the boundary marker being moved. It didn't say anything about it becoming somebody, you know, John Wally's or anybody else's property. But it does say at the end, it says the assessor's map was to be corrected to resolve the discrepancy in Ms. Broska's favor. And this change was completed in 2020. And then this letter is to confirm that Ms. Broska's ownership is to confirm Ms. Broska's ownership. And somebody, we're getting feedback here. Somebody got a noise on. Anyway, the letter confirms Emily Broska's ownership and requests any activities by abutters be completed on their land without infringement onto the APR land. This land is considered private property. So it doesn't seem like there's anything for us to do.
Yep, sounds like it's a done deal. I mean, it sounds to me like that it is Nebraska property. It's an APR, and until we hear different, that's and it sounds like they corrected the assessor's map. So we'll keep it on the back burner, or keep it on, you know, keep it someplace in the files just in case. But.
Yeah, I wonder if we should check with the town and see if they have this on file with the assessors in the assessor's office. But anyway,
they've been going back and forth with the town for a while on this. And
okay.
You can get two assessors. I mean, you can get two people that can survey the same property and come up with different boundaries. So I've seen that happen before. So it could go on for a long time, but sounds like for now it's settled and we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Which is good.
Okay. So I'm just going to skip to another topic for a second. As Jean mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, we got budget documents from the town to do this year's budget. They're due back January 26th. And there probably will be meetings with the finance committee and the select board, and those are generally in early February, I think. So anyway, so I'll submit the budget documents as I did last year, and let keep you guys in the loop of whatever may be happening there. See if we can actually get a budget this year.
Do you have a liaison to the finance committee? Did they assign one to the AgCom? Because every commission is supposed to have a liaison.
Oh, that's right.
The finance committee, and you should meet with them or talk to them as early as possible.
Yep. I don't know for sure, but rather than take up time now, I'll look into that. Okay. And then actually what was going to be the next agenda item, the AgCom mission statement. I think last meeting, Dennis, you were saying, should we look at that based on what's happened with the people being unappointed and then reappointed, and what are we actually doing here? I mean, I think our purpose that I've been putting on the agenda every month is the same as the language on the AgCom page on the town website. And it's also the same as the article, the bylaw that created the AgCom. And I think the question might be, the commission shall consist of 7 members, at least 4 of whom shall be involved in agriculture. And maybe that's the question of what it means by involved in. The states, I think Diane, actually, I think you're the one who did the research on this for us. The states law says majority of members shall be farmers or employed in an agriculture-related field. If farmers or persons employed in agriculture are not available, then the commission shall include a majority of members with knowledge and experience in agricultural practices or knowledge of related agricultural business. So I'd actually want to see what you guys think, but I'd actually like to see us amend the town article to reflect more closely the state law, you know, which means we have to get on the agenda for the town meeting, right? Have an article, have a warrant article for the town meeting if we want to do that. Any other thoughts on what our purpose is? As it's printed, you know, the commission encourages the pursuit of agriculture, promotes agriculture-based economic opportunities, and protects farmlands within the town of Southwick by allowing agricultural uses and related activities to function with minimal conflict with the abutters and town agencies.
I'm just wondering, Bert, if I know there's another bullet point in the agenda that will touch on this, but there is going to be hopefully the opportunity to talk to other AgComs in the area. I'm wondering if when we do that for the other agenda point, we may be able to ask them or take a look at their own mission statement too, and maybe there'll be things that jump out at us that we might want to incorporate or consider. So.
Yep, good point. That's good. Yep, we should do that. And I'd like, you know, a couple of years ago, there was going to be a winter, you know, workshop or meeting of several AgComs in the area. And I don't know that it ever happened. I've never heard anything since, but it'd be great if we could connect more with other commissions, you know, in other towns. So
I know NOFA was having their conference. I don't know if it happened yet. It's always in January. I know that Brett and I went one year, right before the pandemic. The latest update was that was going to be all online, which is a little tougher. But I don't know if that's passed yet. Yeah, it's usually sometime in January, but NOFA is good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, we'll look at some other AgComs and maybe we'll revisit this again next month. Agenda. Okay. How about 217 Sheep Pasture Road APR? Any updates on that? Dennis or Lenita?
I haven't heard anything at all.
Let me know as soon as that appraisal comes in, Lenita, so we can take a look at that together. They haven't got that nothing on the appraisal yet.
No, I haven't heard anything back. They haven't heard anything yet. So hopefully soon.
Yeah. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah. Okay. The other, you know, these other sort of back burner things, I think are, as I mentioned in my email, you know, stuff that we want to sort of keep in mind, but there's nothing really happening on these things right now. So I think we're through the agenda. Marissa, did you say you had something else related to the mission statement part?
Oh, yes, sorry. So actually, one of the back burner, the last point, Devin Arnold, I know last time that sparked a conversation about how, well, first of all, I wrote to Devin and let them know that MDAR said that there isn't anything available right now in terms of preservation or, you know, a 61A or APR equivalent for farms or farm operations that are less than 5 acres.
Mhm.
And then we had discussed at the last meeting how MDAR had given us the advice, Tina Smith had given us the advice that this is something that's legislation based. And if we write letters to Boston, we could potentially change that. It's not something in MDAR's jurisdiction, but we can change it maybe with some pressure. So I think Tammy and I had discussed possibly splitting up the work of talking to other agricultural commissions in the area and kind of getting momentum going and maybe sending one single letter to Boston. I also, when I wrote to Devon to let them know that, yeah, that's MDAR's response, I asked them if they would be willing as a small farmer to just provide a couple words, some words to explain what it would mean to them, the impact it would have on them if there were changes made to the programs, or new programs maybe emerge to accommodate smaller farms, just to kind of have like a farmer's voice or someone on the ground's voice instead of just the AgComs. The AgComs can act as support, but I think it's important to have the actual farmers say why it would benefit them. So they haven't gotten back to me yet, but when I checked the Mass Association of Conservation Commission's website, their website was down. And I know they have a Facebook page, but I don't have Facebook. So I'm hoping that Tammy or somebody else can at least reach out to them. I know Northampton has a pretty prominent AgCom, so I really want to see if we can get Northampton's AgCom and Hadley's AgCom to sign this letter, because they're kind of like big players. So I feel like that would get Boston's attention if we were to partner with them and maybe 5 other AgComs. But it'd be good to have a list of the AgComs, both for what we discussed earlier, but also for this. So Tammy, do you think you can write to them on Facebook?
I definitely will, and I apologize that I kind of lost track. I had to focus on work for a while because we were being completely evaluated and very short staffed. So I was running multiple hats there and very stressed out, but that's all behind us finally. So yes, and start focusing on other things.
That would be a huge help, just because I couldn't find another way to get in touch with them. So that would be a great start.
Yep,
Great,
I will definitely do that.
Yeah, great. Thank you for that. That's good. Good. And I haven't, well, just while we're on these sort of back burner things, I haven't heard of anything from the select board about their new, appointment policy or process or whatever, which is, we're waiting for, so we can get Sage appointed. So I haven't been able to go to the last couple of select board meetings, so I'll just keep checking in with them.
It was, I could be misunderstanding this. I think when it was just briefly mentioned, and Diane, I think you were there, so correct me if I'm wrong. I think the last time I remember it being even remotely spoken of, just that point, I thought I remember Doug saying that he was waiting to hear back from someone in the state, but I could have misunderstood that.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit of time still, because there are still those open meeting law complaints are still open. And he told me he's hesitant to move forward in case they do something else wrong.
Okay.
Excuse me, just as a matter of protocol, if somebody from the attendant makes a presentation or a statement, you really need to state your name and address for the records, okay?
Yes, sorry. Lucy Benoit, 268 South Long Yard Road. Thank you.
Me too. Diane Gale, 5 Point Grove Road.
Thank you.
Sorry, my bad partly on that.
I had one more thing that I just wanted to bring up that I felt was not fully addressed at the last meeting. Sorry, I muted myself. Okay. The social media presence, I noticed that when you do a Google search, like even if you don't have Facebook, you can see public pages like ours. I can't access it, but I can just kind of see it. And I noticed that we hadn't had any activity since early December. And Dennis has sent out some really good grants. I know that Tina Smith also sent something out that Bert then forwarded it to us. Lanita had mentioned something about the Farmland Trust also having an opportunity. I just want to make sure, and I know that we have a whole new protocol now, having to funnel things through Jim Middleton, but I think it's even more incumbent that we as an AgCom have designated people who are kind of deputized to do that and work with Jim and make sure we have a steady pipeline, because there's good opportunities. And if we're talking about visibility as a whole for the AgCom, aligning with our mission statement, I think we need to make sure we invest on social media. Fortunately, I don't have social media, so I can't do that. But is there anybody who does that can do that, or can we come up with some arrangement in the interim to make sure? Because I know now you need to get approved, right, to be a poster, or does Jim post himself? So I'm not clear on
you know,
how that works.
I'm not entirely clear on how that actually, in a sort of nuts and bolts way, how that actually kind of works.
Yeah.
But I think last month, I think Tammy, you said that you didn't want to be like in charge of that, but that you would.
I thought myself and Zach,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, but
Yeah.
I'm not positive, but I think if Jim Middleton is like the admin or whatever they call it, like if somebody posts or sends something, it goes to him to approve it first before it gets posted. I'm not sure if it's set up that way or not right now.
You know, I apologize. I should have figured this out. But I will get in touch with him and make sure that we know if that's in fact, how it works, or can we just post things, you know? It seemed like when we were going through this whole turmoil about our Facebook page, it seemed like there was going to be some sort of approval process or approval step. But let me check. Yeah, because we should be posting, as we all know, you got to be on Facebook and other social media sites like pretty much constantly if it's going to have any kind of an impact. So yeah, we should get there, definitely.
Yeah, I don't mind being one of the people. I just don't want to be like, I think we should have more than one. So we don't, for a couple of reasons, but I think one of the reasons being that so that we don't get back into what we're going through or currently going through with someone being the admin or being the person, and then they leave the commission, and then how do you switch it over to somebody else? And if you just have more than one person, then you can just delete the person who leaves or resigns or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point,
Right.
Tammy.
Right.
I mean, I know that Sage is not officially a member, but you know, he's expressed his interest for several months now. He's helping us out. Is there a way to get maybe some sort of concession from Jim Middleton? I know that Sage has expressed interest and has a background with social media and technology, and it would be incredibly beneficial, I think, for us to use that skill set, seeing that we have a deficiency in that, you know, in this group. Well, not deficiency, I guess we all are doing so much, but some of us don't have social media, aren't active, and it's important to have somebody who knows how to use that. Is there a way when you speak with Jim, Bert, that you can ask potentially for some sort of concession or capitulation that they can do? I don't know if that means in the meantime, Sage, you know, doing an ethics, I don't know what can be done, but you know, it's starting to hold up our business, and that's also counter to what I feel the function of other town hall activities is, if it's starting to create an impediment for us and not being able to onboard new members who have important skill sets that we need now.
Right.
Marissa, maybe the commission could take a vote on designating someone as their social media liaison to have that working for us. Volunteer. I mean, he's not getting paid, so I think the commission could just vote on having Sage be in charge of the social media.
That's a great idea, Dennis. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So should we consider that a motion?
Oh, maybe we should ask Sage first, because I put it out
Yeah,
there.
maybe
I just want to make
Sage
sure
does.
you're okay with that. I was reading what you're saying in the
Good
chat.
point.
But
I'll make a motion to designate Sage as our social media guru.
You okay with that, Sage?
Sage, is that good?
Oh, I don't think we can hear
Oh,
you.
wait, Sage, you're muted.
Well, maybe not. Maybe I changed my mind.
He says he's fine with it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sign language. There you go.
I think, excuse me, I think you might have to just notify the select board that you're taking on a volunteer.
Yep.
Diane Gale, 5 Point Grove Road.
Yep.
Consider them notified.
I'll second Dennis's motion.
Okay. Okay, all in favor? Let's start with the people making the motion. Dennis
Aye.
and Lenita.
Aye.
Okay. Marissa,
Aye.
Tammy,
Aye.
Dan,
Aye.
and Ron.
I,
And this is Bert Hanson, and I say aye as well. So, Sage, you're hired. Yeah. So yeah, so I'll talk to Jim Milton, and then Sage get back with you, and well, I think we all should be in the loop on how this actually is going to work. So
But all I've got to know is I can send stuff to Sage, and he can, like the grants that are out there and stuff. When I get that kind of email, I can send it to him and have him put it
Yeah.
on there directly without wasting any time.
That
Yeah.
would be
Just
great.
filter it through one person and be a lot easier.
Like a
Right.
pipeline,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
right.
Yes, we hear you now.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Yes.
yeah, just look into the select board thing too. That's a good point, Diane, just to make sure this is all above, above board and we're
Right.
not jeopardizing anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I've said to another group that you know, to some people posting on Facebook is like breathing, and to me, it's a task that I don't often get to. So.
Yeah, Facebook is pretty fun to navigate. Sage Fury 91 Greenville Road.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay, that's
Sage.
great.
Much appreciated, Sage.
Yeah, thank you, Sage, and thank you, Marissa, for bringing that up, bringing that, you know, back to our attention. That's good.
Sure.
Okay, any other business for the good of the order?
I'll make a motion to adjourn if you're looking for one.
Oh, definitely. I'll second that. And oh, Gene, before we adjourn, there's been a lot of
Too
chat.
late, I already adjourned.
Can you get the you know, with the recording or whatever, do you have access to the chat comments?
Yes,
There's been a lot, and I haven't, you know, I'd like to be able to capture those if possible.
you want all of the chat or just what's popped up in verbiage? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the verbiage that shows
Like
up in the
text.
chat box.
Okay,
Yeah.
how do you want that? Because these minutes, I mean, these meetings are all recorded. So you can go to the AdCom, where it's departments and commissions, and they have all the recorded meetings forever on there. And you
Yeah.
can bring them up and go through
Okay.
them individually. You
Yeah,
know,
but
every
there is a-
single one of
there is
these
a way to go to
meetings
the,
on the
the
town website.
Zoom website, and they just get the chats off of there transcribed. They do have that
Yeah.
capability.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. I didn't
Right.
know.
But if you've seen them, they don't necessarily pick up exactly what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Okay. I just wasn't sure if if I, for example, was not the person who set up the meeting or had the Zoom account for this group, if I could see those. I wasn't sure. That sounds
you
like I
can't.
can.
No,
Yeah.
No.
you can't. No, you got to have
Maybe
the one
take-
set up the account. Gene can see them.
Okay.
Yeah. And
All
I
right,
don't
well-
look for them.
That you can send them to you.
Yeah, we'll figure this out. Okay. So anyway, there's a
Okay.
motion to adjourn. It is 8:11 p.m. Let's see. So Dennis, you made the motion, right? So you want to give your
Aye.
vote? I
Yeah.
seconded. So Bert Hansen says aye. Lenita?
Aye.
Let's see. Dan?
Aye.
Ron?
I,
Marissa?
Hi.
And Tammy?
Hi.
Okay.